Hello, I'm Sue Shapcott, and today I'm going to talk about whether on the backswing you need to keep this front foot on the ground or not. Okay, so when you're making your backswing, then you absolutely want your hips to turn and your shoulders to turn. And if we can make a good turn, then particularly for the longer clubs, then it helps us hit into the back of the ball, it helps with the swing plane, and it helps with the swing path. So turn is a really, really good and necessary thing in your golf swing. Now, people get very concerned if, when they're making their backswing, they pick up this left heel. And I think there's a sense that picking up the left heel is bad, keeping it on the ground is good. And so I'm going to try and dispel that notion, and we're going to have a slightly different approach, because what's really important here is that you make a good turn on your backswing. Now, depending on your level of flexibility, then it could be that you can make a complete turn with that right hip and that right shoulder turning back and keeping that left heel on the ground. And if you can do that, then that is fantastic, and you can just keep doing what you're doing. Now, similarly, in order to make a really good turn on the backswing, then you may need to just pick up this left heel a little bit. And you can see here that my left knee is just kind of kicked in slightly, and that's given me a little bit more movement so that I can get this right hip back and that right shoulder back. And if that's what you need to do to make a turn, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. So if you can make a good turn with your foot down, great. If you can only make a good turn with that left heel coming up off the ground a little bit, then that really is okay to a point. And what I mean by that is, if as I'm trying to make my turn, then my knee is coming forward this way and I'm lifting my left heel up, that is absolutely not okay, because if the knee is coming forward, then it isn't gonna help me turn. In fact, it's probably going to stop me from turning. So as I'm turning back, as this heel is coming up, you can just see how my leg is just shifting in the direction that I'm turning. So that's one thing to look out for. The other thing is that if during my backswing, then my left leg or my front leg moves extensively, that's not okay either. And you certainly wouldn't need to move your front leg that much in order to free up some turn with the hip and shoulder. And if you do move your left leg and your left knee that much, then you're probably going to start getting really inconsistent, because you're moving the center of gravity around, it's not very stable, and you're going to be hard pressed to repeat the same thing every single time. Okay, so it's absolutely okay to lift that left heel up, but we've got to make sure that you're doing it in a way that is going to achieve the number one goal. And remember, the whole point of this is that you're going to allow that left foot to move so that you can accomplish the goal of getting a good turn back. Okay, so if we rethink this idea about whether moving the left foot is good or bad on the backswing, and reframe it and say that the goal is to make a good turn, and if in order to make a good turn, then you need to have a little bit of give with your left leg, then I'm all for it. Anyway, if you do move your left foot on the backswing, then take a closer look, make sure that your leg isn't coming out, your knees going forward, or that you've got too much movement with that left leg. But just a little bit of raising with the heel is absolutely great. Just make sure that as you're moving, then this left leg is going across instead of out, and you're going to be absolutely fine. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out some of our other videos and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.